The other day my wife had mentioned that her brakes were squeaking, so I've already replaced the right rear brake pads on her 2005 Chrysler Pacifica. So today I'm going to be working on the left side. I was happy to find out that she does have disc brakes. Drum brakes for me are a little bit tougher to do, but disc brakes are fairly easy to do. Any at-home mechanic can do it themselves. If you've never done it before, this video should show you how easy it is. I do have a rubber hammer that will help get the caliper off the disc brake. I have a big C-clamp, a jack stand, the disc brakes themselves, the lug wrench, and a jack. So what we're going to do is we'll start the process of taking the tire off. You want to find a good spot, put your jack, go right back here where the shocks are. And before we jack it up too far, we want to loosen the lugs so that way the tire won't spin. One thing that I like to do is I will chalk the tire so I know where it's going to go back on. So I'm just going to place a chalk mark here, and then also right here, reminding me where the tire was. Some people say that helps with the actual balancing of the tire. So you want to put it back on where it came off. So now we're going to take a look at the brakes themselves. And I have added my jack stand back there, and it's right underneath the frame of the car. We can see here that my brakes are getting pretty down close to being on the rivet. Hard to see the one in there, but we'll be able to take a look at it and see what that one's like. So now we're going to go back and we're going to take off two bolts here, one here, and there's one right here that need to come off. And since I did do this last week, I know that it's going to be a 13 millimeter. So there's one. And there's my second one. Now when we go back to put these on, lining it up might be a little bit difficult. So I'm just going to set those down. And now comes the fun part, taking the caliper off. So I am going to set the tripod up for this. This is where I use the rubber hammer. This piece is going to stay on, so we need to get the rest of it off. And it's coming off now. And I'm just going to set my caliper right up here. This top piece is going to come off. Probably could use a screwdriver for that. should come out now. So we can see we're getting down pretty low. This back one is even more. We're going to need to push the cylinder in here, and we're going to use the C-clamp for that. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go and take the cap off the brake fluid. Some people don't do this. I do it just so when the pressure gets pushed back in, it has room to go and it's not going to be forced out. So since these pads have been worn down, we're not going to be able to put the new pads on, and they won't fit right on. So what I'm going to do is push the cylinder back. So we'll make sure the C-clamp is opened up all the way. So we're going to want to make sure that the cylinder piston is flush. I'm going to put our new brakes back on. We can see here quite the difference. Should slide on much easier since we've got more space between. We'll just make sure these are pulled out all the way. Now it's all a matter of lining them up. Buttons in. And tightening them up. Now we're going to put the tire back on. I'll line up my chalk marks. And then tighten them up. We'll take the jack stand out. And lower the car. We'll make sure all of them are tight. We'll put the center hub on, then I'll make sure I put the cap back on the brake reservoir. Hopefully that video helped you out, and good luck with your project.